All right, it's the other big story this Monday morning, the first day of the 2025 Sustainable Infrastructure Development Symposium, currently underway at Century City Conference Centre in Cape Town. This event brings together key stakeholders, experts and decision makers in the field of infrastructure development. Watching developments for us is SABC News reporter Katlego Legodi, who joins us now live from Cape Town. And Katlego, no overstating the importance of a gathering like this, and that's why the President will deliver the keynote address sometime this morning.
A very good morning to you, Ayanda. I'm hoping that you're able to hear us there in studio, coming to you live this morning from Mount Nelson, where a forums meeting is about to get underway. This is, of course, day one of the Symposium, Sustainable Infrastructure, a symposium here whereby various of those role players are coming through to talk about those projects that South Africa is looking at. You know very well that we have a network of infrastructure here at home in water, in energy, and one of them is communication. And this is why this morning we're bringing into the conversation the Minister of Communications and Digital Technologies, Minister Malatsi, who joins us to just give us a sense of how we are doing as South Africa, where infrastructure development is concerned, where your sector is concerned. We find you here. It's a forums meeting. There are a lot of these projects in the pipeline, talking about billions that have been really touted here to ensure that at least we develop South Africa at a rapid rate. Welcome to the SABC, and just give us a sense of how are we doing where ICT is concerned.
Thanks for the opportunity, and it's always a pleasure to engage with the public broadcaster. First of all, start by congratulating the Minister of Public Works for putting together this symposium. It seeks to bring together all different levels of government and government departments with an emphasis on sustainable infrastructure development to see areas of collaboration and see opportunities to foster that infrastructure investment that our economy needs. You would recall that one of the key focus areas for the Government of National Unity is to attract investment that will stimulate inclusive economic growth. So in the communications sector, we are looking at digital infrastructure investment. We want to be able to position South Africa as the hub for data centers. We want to be able to expand broadband infrastructure to remote, rural and farming communities so that we can get South Africa as close to 100% connectivity as possible. We currently have just less than a quarter of our population, translating into 23 million plus South Africans who are digitally inactive, and our efforts are geared towards private partnerships, collaborating with different spheres of government towards making sure that we can get connectivity to South Africans who currently don't have it.
I know very well that 2 days ago you also launched a program that looks into digital transformation in the country by the President, and we're looking at ensuring that at least whatever is happening here also forms a part of that program going into the future. Just give us a sense of what we are looking at rolling out as per ICT in the country.
So 2 weeks ago, we launched what is called the Digital Transformation Roadmap, which is the country's plan for digital transformation across government, working with government players, the private sector, academia, and generally a whole of society approach, right? So what that does, it's about making sure that government services are available digitally and making sure that there are digital payment systems that are integrated across all of government, because you find that, social development offers particular digital services. Home Affairs offers particular digital services. Transportation also does that. So we want to aggregate that into a central hub, but also have what is called the My Mzansi ID, which is a digital payment system that enables you as a South African resident to be able to access different government departments from a central point.
Where are we in terms of just the rollout of 4G to 5G? I know very well that there are ambitions as well where that is concerned, and you have targets. We are in the time of artificial intelligence, and we're seeing a rapid rollout of this intelligence as well coming into various of the countries, and we as South Africa doesn't want to be left behind. How are we doing? Where are we in terms of the move? I know that there are targets in terms of the migration.
Yeah, so the ambition is to ensure that by 2029, we have had a far higher rate of penetration on 4G and 5G, because that then improves also the quality of connectivity. But we still have pockets of the population and industries, particularly agriculture, mining, and some heavy industries where 2G services and 3G services are still required. The conversation South Africa is having is what is the best approach to handle the sunsetting of 2G and 3G. Should be a natural sunsetting, or there should be deadlines. I mean, the previous administration set specific targets along those, but it's also about measuring what is the current penetration of those, because you don't want to, as you migrate from 2G and 3G into 4G and 5G, leave people excluded from some form of connectivity.
Yeah, I know I have to let you go, Minister, but let's talk about SpaceX, Starlink. There is a noise right now in the country around that, and you had issued the directive as well, policy, and it does look like Parliament is going to be going into this issue as well, in terms of just understanding Starlink and the role, the approach, where this is concerned. Are we tweaking the legislation? Where are we around BBBEE and Starlink?
We are not taking any legislation whatsoever, and we are not creating any regimes for one company or another. We are looking at ways of harmonizing what are called the ICT sector codes and ICASA's ownership regulations, so that those consistently and directly speak to the transformation ambitions of the country. Transformation is non-negotiable. South Africa cannot compromise its approach to transformation. And part of this intervention that we are looking at is the policy directive will provide the policy certainty about the role of equity equivalent programs, which are actually accommodated and are part of our empowerment package. They are part of the provisions of the Broad-Based Black Economic Empowerment Act of 2003, wherein for companies, multinational companies in particular, that want to do business in South Africa, but due to a variety of reasons, including their ownership structure, prefer not to cede 30% of their ownership, that there are avenues such as training opportunities, doing business with local suppliers, research and training opportunities, and investing in communities that they can find that pathway to invest. We are looking forward to engaging with the Portfolio Committee. I'm always looking forward to engaging with the Portfolio Committee. I've never missed an invitation from the Portfolio Committee, and I'm not going to start now.
Minister Malatsi, thank you very much, sir, for your time. The Communications and Digital Technologies Minister, Malatsi, just giving us a sense of the role that they're going to be playing here at the symposium. We hear that there are issues that are really at play in terms of infrastructure development, sustainable infrastructure development, touching there on that issue of Starlink and SpaceX. Later on, we'll see various of these role players, even from the continent, just discussing issues of investments around infrastructure, sustainable infrastructure development.